Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to take another look at the eBay authentication guarantee, which is once again proving to not be as good as it sounds. Yes, in practice, if it was exactly what it was supposed to be, and they actually took the time to look everything over in a proper way, didn't have minimum wage employees that are finger banging your cards, then yeah, it's in good practice. It sounds like a pretty good idea. Probably going to help a lot of situations, especially on the seller end. But once again, we have a buyer who is getting screwed because said minimum wage employee did not notice that there was damage on a card. We're going to get into what I think is the reason that this happened. The person that reached out to me seems to think, both the seller and the buyer seem to think that the eBay authentication employee did the damage. But I'm going to give you my theory at the end here. And you guys let me know what you think. Regardless, we have a buyer who is in, who's getting boned on this one. So normally, if you buy something on eBay, and it doesn't show up as described, if it gets damaged, if it gets lost, etc., you're good. You're a-okay. It's all right. You can get your money back. It's kind of on the seller to provide you with the item. There's no middle in between shippy dippy, where we have some, I guess, I don't know if you'd even be, maybe you're not good enough to work at the actual grading company. You're sent to the B team, the team that puts your stuff in a card saver 1 and a blue envelope, and sends it along. Again, like in many of the situations with the grading companies, it is possible for them to damage the cards. If you're handling cards, if there's another point in the process where somebody else is handling cards, it is very possible that they damage the card themselves. They have to do a certain amount of these per hour. It's like any job that's like this. If you've worked in anything at all whatsoever, your boss is going to expect you to do a certain amount of tasks per hour. And if that's not high enough, they're going to tell you to go faster. If you screw too many up, they're going to tell you that you got to not screw as many up. But when you're going fast, unlike Sonic, you're going to make mistakes. Sonic probably makes mistakes. I'm sure he has. But losing my voice a little bit here. All right. Regardless, let's read what the buyer has to say. They sent me a DM here. Say, I purchased this card for $525 as a mint card based on the listing description and the listing pictures. I did not see the crease on the bottom edge of the card in original pictures. Sellers confirmed it was not there when he sent. Yes, he could be lying and took pictures in a way to hide, but I lean towards, I've looked at the pictures. I don't think that's what it is. But I lean towards the numbnuts at CGC doing something stupid. Either way, according to eBay's authentication explanation, they compare the card to the description, and if it doesn't match, they send it back to the seller. Description says mint, and the card looks like it's been shoved into a card saver by an unexperienced individual. eBay covered their ass by saying, I'm screwed because I ripped their hollow scotch tape on the team bag. Real secure, I know. That's the thing too. Like, maybe you can't see the damage. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're looking at a card and it's inside a penny sleeve, inside a semi-rigid, inside a team bag, it's pretty hard to see much in terms of damage on the card. It's going to blow anyone's mind that 3 pieces of plastic are going to prevent you from being able to see exactly what's going on there. But it's true. That's what it is. That's why you're not going to take detailed pictures of the card. The card wasn't listed on eBay with photos of it in 3 pieces of plastic. So you got to receive this thing and be able to tell if anything went wrong. If anyone was eating mayonnaise sandwiches at the CGC, I guess it's always CGC that does the raw cards. At the CGC authentication eBay crap, no, you shouldn't have to. If you take it out and it's damaged and it can show that it's the same card, it shouldn't matter. These are the same card as well. I compared them to make sure that the card wasn't swapped by either the seller or by somebody at the CGC swappy-doppy mail finger bang factory that they call eBay authentication. So basically implying I damaged the card. I don't know what is more likely, me damaging a $500 card that I spent my own money on, or them damaging in the 2 hours time that it took for it to go from delivered to authenticated at CGC. It is obvious that the authentication process is just a way to protect their own buttons from shade balls, but it is just removing any course of action I would have been able to take without it in place. Use your best judgment. I may be in the wrong here and blowing it out of proportion. I just got the card yesterday and it's still all fresh, and you may notice my eBay name and think it looks familiar. Yes, I am the weirdo that asked you to sign the dancer card I bought from you a few weeks back. Pretty coincidental that this is happening now after I just recently talked to you on eBay. Let me know if you have any questions. Do what you want with this information. I appreciate the information. I think this is a good learning lesson. We're going to do eBay's job. We're going to do CGC's job here, and I'm going to show them what almost certainly happened in this instance. This goes to show that if you're going to provide a service like this, it needs to be thorough. That's all there is to it. It's the same with grading, and it's not on someone's that's buying. It doesn't deserve to be screwed just because you put it in a semi-rigid. That's not how it works. That's not how it should work. It's wrong. But regardless, let's get into the information here. We got the pictures of it. Here's the very authentic, super duper. We got the eBay stickers. Remember, guys, everything that has more stickers on it is more authentic. And yes, we got lots of layers of plastic here, so you can't really tell until you take it out, especially if it was like fine scratches or something like that. There's pretty much no way that you're gonna see it inside that many layers. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys think you can authenticate. Why does PSA or CGC? Why do they take your cards out of the card savers or the semi-rigids if they can just grade it while they're inside one? But here it is. Here's our boy. So we have the message to. We got lots more pictures to look through, but we have the communication from eBay. And eBay, if you're watching this, I suggest you just fix this for the customer. It looks bad on you. I shouldn't have to make a video about it for anything to get done about this. It's sad that customer service is now relying on you. You're just going to call them a liar because they inspected their card in the raw state that it was sold in. All right, so the uploaded comment was, there is a crease along the back bottom edge of the card visible on left side of pictures uploaded. This damage was not visible in any of the pictures the seller listed. Card was described as mint, and the original listing pictures backed up that claim. Card arrived from Authenticator with this damage. Damage was difficult to take pictures of while the card was double sleeved in Card Saver. So card was removed to take pictures and inspect. I think that's pretty fair. You're not going to keep it in that stupid eBay crap forever. I know I guess maybe they designed the product packaging so that you would want to, but I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't. It's stupid, and they're stupid for putting it in that crap. It doesn't make it any more authentic. Also, if you can prove that the card is the same one that was in there, or maybe the solution is that you have to videotape, you have to take a recording. Although in many instances, I've seen where eBay won't accept. You can't send them a video, even if it's posted online on YouTube or something like that. They won't accept video form of proof. So maybe have that as well, just in case it helps you in any possible way. It'd be really awesome if eBay provided that. You would think that they would be also recording the entire process that these CGC Super Plus Greater Swazzle McDazzles were authenticating the thing. You would think that would all be on camera and they'd be able to tell, like, hey, yeah, the damage was there when we received it. It wasn't there, and it got damaged in the process. But no, they're probably not going to look into that either because they don't care. They're going to pretend that they care, and they're trying to make everything so awesome and authentic. But at the same time, they could easily put everything in place to have recordings of all of this stuff as it happens, and provide that recording even to both parties, the seller and the buyer. And then they could say, without a doubt, here's how we received it. It is or isn't the one. They also needed to just, why are you not taking the time to verify that it's the same card? It's the same one in the listing. Like, check the centering, make sure it's the same. If there's any flaws on it, make sure they're the same. Make sure there aren't additional flaws. Oh my God. But even then, just the extra hands on it is a bad idea. So like, for very little benefit to the buyer, you have somebody else that's handling the card. Again, a minimum wage employee that shouldn't be. I wouldn't want them handling my Moonbreon. Whenever I get one, I can tell you I'm not driving down the street screaming out my window asking everyone to finger bang my cards. That's just not what it is. I don't want them to. And here, as a buyer on eBay, I also don't want them to. Different story if you want to grade your card and you have to take that risk that Mayo Joe is gonna throw your cards around like Gambit from X-Men. Sure, whatever. That's kind of part of the process. There's a chance that he's going to damage your cards or mayonnaise them, but at least there's a reason behind that. Here, the reason is they're claiming to protect the buyer, but they're not. We've seen the complete opposite of that. This is a buyer that's getting screwed over for that reason. So eBay replies back with, "Hello, thanks for your email." And this is copy paste as hell. So you know they really care. "Thanks for your email regarding the Umbreon VMAX Alt Art Evolving Skies Pokemon card that you recently purchased. I understand the item arrived damaged. I want to first express my appreciation to you in taking your eBay account into such high regard considering these exceptional circumstances. We appreciate the opportunity to work with you to address these concerns." No, this is fluff because you're not doing anything. "I fully appreciate how concerning it is to purchase an item and have any doubts as to its condition, and it is cared for with the authenticators. However, items purchased through eBay's authentication service are carefully inspected by a trusted authenticator before being sent to buyers. An extensive inspection process is undertaken to confirm that the item is authentic and matches the listing description on eBay." So it matches the description. They like to skirt around the fact that they're not confirming that it's actually the item that was posted, the identical item that was posted. If the item either fails authentication or does not match the seller's description on the eBay listing, it is returned to the seller. As this item has, so they're like, "We appreciate your concern and we're going to do," it sounds like they might kind of do something about it, but they don't. "As this item has passed the authentication process, it's not possible to appeal the case, as the authenticity guarantee sticker has been removed, which voids any coverage options we may have. Because of this, we have closed this eBay money back guarantee case in the seller's favor." So this is where if you authenticate at eBay, this is on you. This isn't on the seller. This isn't on the buyer. This is on you, because that's the only point. You're confirming what the seller sold you or what the seller shipped to you. And then the buyer is saying that it wasn't as it should have been. So this is you. This is on eBay. This isn't on either of the people that were making the transaction. And it's possible that this never would have happened if there was no guarantee in the middle. Because when you got more hands on it, you got more people handling it. Whether they're a super authentication CGC, what did they say? Trusted? Yeah, okay. I hope this helps and that this email finds you and your loved ones in good health. And I want to let you know that I appreciate you, your time, and your business. No, you don't. Thank you for being part of our eBay family and giving me the opportunity to serve you. So we got a fluff sandwich here with the middle saying, "Go screw yourself. Tough luck. Even if it's damaged, you took it out of the eBay triple sleeve, and now we are not responsible anymore." Absolutely insane. So we have some DMs with the seller here. Both the seller and the buyer seem level-headed about the entire situation, which they kind of should be, I guess, other than the fact that like the buyer's getting screwed by eBay themselves. So we have the buyer who says, "Good afternoon. I believe this card got damaged at authentication, so I believe I need to take this up with eBay, but of course it's impossible to find how to contact them, and it keeps directing me to contact you. There's a crease on the bottom of the card that isn't visible in any of your pictures. I attached some pictures to this message. Based on your listing saying the card was mint and not seeing this in the pictures, can you confirm this wasn't creased like this when you sent? Thanks and sorry for the hassle." So we'll take a look at more of those pictures again. Guys, sorry, I just wanted to make sure the entire context is here. So the seller says, "That's correct. The card was in mint condition and definitely did not have any creases on the bottom or anywhere for that matter when I mailed it out. As you can see from the many pictures and angles from my listing, there are no creases on the card. Unlike in the pictures you sent me, The card I sent out was in very good condition, other than the centering not being perfect. I hate to see that such an amazing card. It's obvious something happened during eBay's authentication process. I know you said you're having problems getting in touch with them. I wish I knew something to tell you other than what I'm sure you've already tried emailing and calling customer service. I'm sorry this happened. Keep me updated on this matter. All right, so buyer comes back with, hey, I talked to someone at eBay. They opened a return request in order to get the authenticator involved. I will send over the chat log when I get it. I just want you to know that it's not me pushing for you to refund me and then get back a damaged card. I said that in the chat. This is on the authenticator, in my opinion. I think that's also an issue. So if eBay is just playing this like middle grounds where they can, they're not going to be responsible, where they can just like, they're going to push it back onto the original. If they authenticated it, it's on eBay now at that point. Sorry, eBay. It's on you. If you miss the damage, it's on you. Blame it on your employee. Blame it on your employee not having enough time to actually look at the card. Blame it on your employee if they damage the card. But that's entirely eBay's fault at that point in time, or CGC, or whoever you want to blame, whatever part of their authentic super squad that they put together. So here we have the seller says, yeah, I have no clue how they're going to verify these things on this list that I attached. They sent me, well, just really the last one. The authenticator sent it as being in the condition as described, or they wouldn't send it. That's their job. So what are they going to do to receive the card? Look over it, send it back to me saying it's in the same condition. They already know it's not in the same condition. That's why you're asking for a refund. This is crazy, not blaming you. So if they receive it and they say it's in the same condition and send it back to me, then they're basically saying it was like that when they authenticated it, but seriously send it back anyway. But if that was the case, they wouldn't have sent it to you in the first place, correct? It's probably going to end up with me being out money for shipping and then having to refund $540 of money I don't have because I sold this card because I needed the money badly. And the money was spent the minute it hit. Since it's gone, eBay will just bounce me and I'll owe more. Hey, I talked to someone that, okay, but you get the point here. Also, careful with if you're selling stuff on eBay before it arrives, if you're spending the money, because they're going to, if they decide to get their money, they're going to get their money. And here's the second person I talked to for your reference. Okay, thanks. Well, you don't have to stress, LOL. See attached pictures. I guess they can just mess up cards with no responsibility. They said they decided with you, even though I have never had an issue with you. I had an issue with the authenticators being careless and damaging this card. What a shame. It's such a beautiful card that is now permanently damaged. Lesson learned, I guess. Never buy high-end dollar cards from eBay. Thanks for everything, and sorry if I stressed you out. Have a good one. All right, well, that's enough of that. Let's get into the next part here. So here through the three sleeves, if you look super duper close, you can see that there's a nice little line here. It might not show up on YouTube all that well. They have a giant monitor and you can barely see it. But when you take it out of the sleeve and you bring it into the center of the screen here, you can see a nice little indent here along the side. So I guess the first one here, we can take a better look at this. You can barely see it through the triple sleeve, but it is there. And again, that could be like on a piece of plastic, on one of the pieces of plastic. Without taking it out of there, it's near impossible to see what's actual damage and what isn't. I mean, that one, like it has to be pretty bad in order to see it through the sleeve, and we do see through the sleeve itself. The front side, you can't really tell a whole lot because it's more like an impression. On the back, you can kind of see a little bit, but we'll quickly look through the pictures here. You can kind of see that it looks like it was pressed from the back side. Here's another photo up nice and close and personal. And yeah, I mean, if this was like out of a pack, the Pokemon company might not like send it back to you. But when you're spending that much money on a card that is, advertised, you've seen pictures of it, this should not be there. The authentication guru should have caught this at some point, at one point or another. Here's a really up close and personal look at that. So that's a 6 now. If you're gonna get it graded by PSA, it's no longer maybe it was a 9 or a 10. Now it's a 6. So what's the value difference there, guys? Now we're gonna take a look finally at the this is the actual like eBay listing photos, and well, let's shove this over here to the back over to the left so we can see what's going on. This is the card. This was the listing. This is what they had on there. It looks like a very nice card. Again, I confirmed just looking it over, checking to see if all the like the centering itself, all these little points of interest on the card itself, to make sure that the centering was the same, that it was the exact same copy, that it didn't get switched out, whether that was on purpose or accident. This is the same card in my opinion. So again, we have eBay with their stupid ads that they run right in the middle of listings there as the second image. I don't know how they can't find a better way to advertise their junk rather than sticking that crap in there. And then even more of a kick in the nuts is the fact that it's like it's the eBay vault and all their crappy services that they offer. But regardless, here, let's get to the next. I thought it was going to be the authenticity guarantee. It's probably part of the ad that's running there, which is kind of ironic. They're going to protect your stuff, guys. Don't worry. So you can see here, we got a nice clean back on it. Definitely does not have that line across the bottom. Not there. Definitely not there. Definitely the same card. Here we have, look, there's tons of photos as well. So like, not only would they show up in one, they would show up in pretty much all of these photos, all of the ones that show that that side of it. Not there. Definitely not there. So it happened sometime after, what is this? It happened sometime after the photos were taken for the listing. We got a magnetic holder here. So I think this is the culprit. I think the magnetic holder, I think it was probably shipped in the magnetic holder. And whether or not during shipping, this bad boy got pinched at the bottom, or while the CGC expert eBay superstar was taking it out of the holder, it got opened and closed back down. Maybe he dropped it. He went to open it. The card went in between, and it came back down. But that or shipping. Either way, I think eBay is responsible for it because guess what? They either missed the damage. It either happened in transit and they missed the damage, or it happened while they were taking it out of the magnetic case. So they approved it. It's them. They want to put their name on it and put 17 stickers on it, put 16 layers of plastic over top of it. That's their fault. Congratulations, eBay. You screwed a buyer, and I guess we have this video to show that that's looks exactly like what happened. As soon as I saw the magnetic case, I was like, "Yep, this is that's what we got here. That's what we have. That's our situation." And regardless of when it happened, this is on eBay. It's eBay's fault. If you want to provide a service that makes sure that something is in the condition, that it's authentic, that it's the card that was listed, then congratulations. You did it. You did it to yourself. Own up to it. Refund the buyer on this one. If you want to put the card wherever at eBay headquarters or CGC or something as a learning lesson, then by all means do that. But this is wrong. This sucks for the buyer. And eBay, which is a platform that I recommend often. And I'm not saying this is happening with every single card, but come on, you have to protect the buyer on this one. It makes no sense not to. And just like hiding behind the fact that it's authenticated doesn't mean you get to freely damage cards or miss damage that was sent, that was already on there when the buyer received it. So that's it for today, guys. Again, in a perfect world, in the perfect scenario where they make this sound really good, it could be. It's not going to be because it's flawed. Again, you got some minimum wage person that probably doesn't know trading cards, rifling through this stuff, either damaged it or missed the damage that happened in shipping, etc. Tough. All right, join the Discord. Let me know if you guys run into anything like this. If you have run into it, if you haven't run into it, if you've seen any slip ups by the old eBay guarantee CGC squad dogs, then send it my way. Join the Discord. See you next time. Bye.